everybody, how are you? So my name is Nicole, and I'm a teacher at the Spokane College of English Language. That's in Spokane, Washington. And today we're going to learn about the present passive. All right, so before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that you can watch these videos for free, but if you want homework, if you want quizzes, if you want a certificate for completing a class, you have to become a premium subscriber. So a premium subscriber gets lots and lots of benefits, and they also get class notes, and most importantly, access to the Smrt website, where you can see all of the lessons and all of the materials that we use for this class. If you want to become a premium subscriber, here we go. You can go to this website right here. All right, so I hope that more of you can join as premium subscribers. But it is just nice also to see so many people here from all over the world. All right, if you are a premium subscriber, you can follow along on the Smrt website. For the Smrt website, you can click Me, Open, and then Unit 2, Everyday Life. All right, and we're going to start today talking about present passive. And I know that a lot of people are nervous about present passive because it's a very difficult grammar point, right? But we're going to go very, very slowly. And you can ask me any questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to stop and explain and answer everyone's questions. Okay? Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, we'll start with a slideshow presentation. So we're going to learn a little about present passive. First, we have an example. This sentence says, "The grass is cut every day at the stadium." So the words in the blue color are the verbs. So verbs show that this is present passive. Let's see if we have any more examples. Oh, not yet. Okay. So it says we can often make English sentences in both the active and passive voice. So active just means normal style, usual style. Passive is a special style we can use. For example, we have two sentences here. Oh, and then my head's in the way, so I'm going to disappear for just a moment, okay? All right. Here it says, "Someone opens the store every day at 9 a.m. This sentence is active. Active means it's normal style, usual style, with a subject, verb, object, normal grammar. The second sentence says, "The store is opened every day at 9 a.m. This sentence is passive. Both sentences have the same meaning. They're just different styles. There's two different ways we can say the same information. So again, active and passive have the same meaning, They are just different styles to show the same information. Let's go to our notes for some examples together here. Okay. So first, we use passive when the subject is not important. So this is up to you. If you think the subject is not important, you can use passive voice. So I'll give you an example here. My example sentence says people sell bananas at the market. So imagine I am telling you this information. I'm like, oh, hello. Hello, Rosa. Hello, Vivek. Hello, Melina. Hello, Khalid. I say people sell bananas at the market. So I think maybe the important information is that we have bananas at the market, right? Maybe we don't care who. It's not important who. Maybe people sell bananas. Maybe workers sell bananas. Sure, someone. Someone sells bananas, but we don't care. This information is not important. So I can change the grammar. I can cancel this word. And I can put bananas at the beginning of my sentence. And then I use passive grammar to show that I'm not talking about who does the action. That's a very difficult idea, and I'll talk about it a lot more in just a minute. But first, I just want to show you how to make the passive. So we have two different ways to make present simple passive. The first way is to use subject plus am, is, or are, and verb 3. When you study verbs and you go, went, gone, gone is our verb 3. It's called a past participle. But for this lesson, we'll just say verb 3. Eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is verb 3. Play, played, played. Played is verb 3. So we just need a subject, am, is, are, and a verb 3 for present simple passive. I'm going to write a few examples, and then I'll stop and look at the chat and see if we have any questions. Okay, so a subject can be a thing or a person. I'm going to say the computer. And then for computer, I need is, because computer is singular. So I'll say the computer is. And now I need a verb 3. Maybe I could say the computer is bought, the computer is sold, the computer is stolen, steal, stole, stolen. All right, let's do one or two more examples, and then I'll talk more about what this means. How about, I could say he is a subject. I could say he is, and now I need a verb 3. How about love? Love, loved, loved. So I can say he is loved. Okay, I have 2 examples here. Now I'm going to stop and look at the chat and see if we have any questions here. All right. Okay, so Microsoft Kill asked, which is the sentence that I can put by in passive voice? So good question. So let me write that here. I'm just going to put, when can I use by in passive voice? So we'll talk about this more in a few minutes, but you can use by in any sentence for passive voice. I'll explain more in just a minute, so I'm going to keep that question. All right, let's see if there's any other questions here. Oh, good. So Robbie said, in the first sentence here, we highlight on people, and on the second, we highlight on bananas. That's right. So in the first sentence, people is the most important thing in the sentence. And in the second sentence, bananas are the most important thing in the sentence. In English, we like to put the most important thing first in our sentence. All right, so good job. Let's see. We have a few example sentences from students. I'll write these here. We have now, this one's for continuous passive. Let me write it down here. Now we are being taught by Nicole. That's a great example. So I'll talk more about the continuous passive in just a moment. Let's see if we have any more simple passive. The students are taught every day. And I'll make every day 2 words, Lucas, but very good. Lucas is also my husband's name, so I like that name. All right, my leg is broken. We could say by accident or by an accident. Good, very good. The mail is delivered every morning. That's a good example too. The computer is taken away to, I'll say to the office. And that is correct, Adam. Good. Good. And someone's asking about questions too. We'll talk about negatives and questions in just a moment. Very good. I just want to stop and make sure that we understand this pattern first. Subject plus am is are plus verb 3. This is how we make positive sentences. If we want to make negatives, I'll put that down here. For negative sentences, we just add not before our verb 3. So for example, the computer is stolen. I will say the computer is not stolen. Or he is loved. He is not loved. Oh, that's a sad sentence now. And let's do one more. The students are taught every day. The students are not taught every day. So this is how to make negatives. And then someone in the comments asked about questions. So I'll put questions here too, how to make questions. So the questions, they sound difficult, but actually they're very easy. So if you look back at the positive, so let me show that these ones are positive sentences. We use subject plus am, is, are plus verb 3. And it's almost the same for questions. We're just going to switch. Put am, is, are first and subject second. So let me write that here. So this am, is, are, I'm going to put that first. And then I'm going to put our subject second after that. So it looks like this. Is the computer stolen? Or is he loved? Or are the students taught every day? So just like that, we just switch our subject and our be verb. And that's how we make questions. So here, again, we have positive with subject, am, is, are, and verb 3. And then negative with subject, am, is, are, not, and verb 3. And then question, we have am, is, are, subject, verb 3. How are we so far? Is it okay? Let me check the chat. Let's see. Oh, good. We have lots of example sentences. Let me see if I have any questions before we move on. So Ziad asked, where is the subject in the second one? The second sentence? This one? He is loved? So he is the subject for this one. I'm not sure if that's the sentence you meant, but if that's the sentence you're asking about, Ziad, the subject is he. All right, let's see. And the computer is taken away to the office. That was correct, Adam. When do we use to be and past participle? Oh, that's a good question. So someone asked, when can I use to be and verb 3 is the past participle? So if you have two normal verbs in your sentence, for example, the computer needed to be, or actually I'll do present here, needs to be fixed. And what this sentence actually means, I'll put it in active, is that someone needs to fix the computer. So if you have two full verbs in your sentence, your first verb here is needs. Your second verb is a to infinitive. So if you have a full verb plus a to infinitive and then an object, that's when you can use to be and verb 3. That's a little advanced for this lesson, but of course I'm always happy to answer any questions that you have. So very good, that's a good question. You don't have to know that for this level yet though. Good, see if there's any more. So I know that every sentence must have a subject and verb, but I don't see a subject in the second sentence. So Ziad asked again about the second sentence, and I think you must mean this one here. But he is the subject and is the verb. If it's a different sentence, Ziad, please type the sentence in the chat, okay? But here, he is subject, and then is the verb. All right. Okay. So Ziad clarified a little bit. The object turns up in a subject. I know that the subject is who does the action. That's right. All right. So let me stop there for a second because this is where it can be a little confusing. Okay. So we often explain the word subject as the person who does the action. Actually, that's not 100% true. Really, a better word is agent. An agent is a person who does an action. Subject is the noun before the verb in your sentence. And an object, noun or noun phrase, I should say. Let's be real specific. And even agent can be a thing. Okay, so let me write this real quick. And then an object is a noun or a noun phrase after a verb or preposition. But here I'll just say verb in your sentence. Okay. So to answer your question, Ziad, an agent is a person or thing who or that does an action. The subject is the first noun in your sentence, and the object is the later noun in your sentence. Let me give you an example. We can say, he breaks the window. This sentence is active. And here, the subject is he. The window is the object. He is also the agent. So let me write that for you. So he is the agent and the subject. The window is the object. Okay. So far, so good? Okay. When we change it to passive, here's what we're doing. For passive, we're going to say, the window is broken. So this here, the window was our object, but we're changing it to a subject. So it was an object before, but we're changing it to a subject. So here, now, the window is the subject. We don't have an agent. The agent is missing from this sentence. So in the first sentence, he breaks the window. Oops, let me move this in a little bit. Oops, one moment. Here we go. Okay. So he breaks the window. He is the agent and the subject. And window is the object. In our second sentence, the window is broken. we're changing the window to the subject. And in this sentence, we don't have an object and we don't have an agent. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, that's okay. That's a very high-level question. But just think of this. When we change active to passive, we're changing the object to a subject. I'll give you one more example where this is very, very clear. Okay, I'm going to say, I like him. A very simple sentence, right? I like him. And in this sentence, I am the subject. Him is the object. And that sentence is active. For passive, we're going to change the object to a subject. We're going to change him to he. He is liked. This is passive. And look how the form is different. This form, we see him. This form, we see he. Him is object form. He is subject form. That's how we know we're changing object to subject. Does that make sense? We're changing object to subject. There we go. So I know that this was the object before, but now it's the subject. I hope that makes sense. All right. So we're going to pause here for a moment. I'm going to see if we have any more questions here. Oh, so Gobinda asked, what is the active form of he is loved? Okay, that's a good question. So where is that one? He is loved is passive. I'll put that here. The active form is just someone, I don't know who, someone loves him. That would be the active form. Someone loves him, or he is loved, we can say by someone. And we'll talk about by very soon. Good, let's see if there's any more. All right, good, good, good. Okay, and then Zara wants to know, okay, about when do we use passive? Okay, so really, there's two main reasons that we use passive. The first reason, we use passive when the subject is not important. We use passive when the subject is not important. So for this example, people sell bananas at the market. We don't care about people. We care about bananas. So bananas is important. Who sells them? We don't care. We just want our bananas. Another way you can think about passive, and this will get to our question about by. We also use passive when the object is more important than the subject. When the object is more important than the subject. I'll give you what I hope is an easy example. I hope. Let's imagine you're writing a paragraph about cats. Meow, cats. So let's see, we want to talk about cats. Cats is our topic. So I'm going to say, cats are cute. Cats like to eat meat. And I'm going to say, dogs chase cats. Okay, so we see here cats, dogs. I'm not talking about dogs. I'm talking about cats. I think cats are important. I don't think dogs are important. So I can change the order of this sentence using passive voice. So instead of dogs chase cats, which is active, I can say cats are chased, and this is when I can say bye. I can say bye dogs, and this is passive. The bye is a special preposition that we use if you want to keep the old subject in your sentence. It's just less important. So if we look at our active sentence, dogs is the subject, cats is the object, but really I think the object is more important than the subject. So I can use passive to put cats at the beginning. And I just put by dogs because I do want to say who chases, or what chases, I guess, for animals, what chases. But I think it is less important. Less important. Whew, that's a lot of questions. So I hope that answers most of the questions so far. Let's go back to the slideshow for a few minutes, and then we'll do some more examples and I'll answer some more questions. Ooh, lots of good questions today. Okay, back to the slideshow. Okay, so we had an example here with active and passive. Someone opens the store every day at 9 a.m. is active. The store is opened every day at 9 a.m. This is passive. And I think we might have a couple more examples. Let's see. We walk our dog in the evenings after dinner. This is active. Active again just means normal style. Normal style. Passive, our dog is walked in the evenings after dinner. In this sentence, we don't say we canceled we, and we put our dog at the beginning with our passive grammar. Again, present simple passive, we use be, am, is, are, and verb 3. Walk, walked, walked. All right. Okay. It says to make present simple sentences in the passive voice, use be and the past participle form of a verb. So that just means use am, is, are, because am, is, are, those are the present be verbs. And again, past participle is just verb 3. The past participle form of regular verbs is ed. For example, play, we have play, played, played, ed. Here are some more regular verbs. We have called, called. Looked, talked, played, studied, kissed, washed. These are normal number 3 verbs, regular verbs. For irregular verbs, if you're a subscriber, you can go to this website, and it looks like this. It's just a big list of irregular verbs. The first column is verb 1, the second column is verb 2, and the third column is verb 3. So you can just look here to find what is verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3 if you're a premium subscriber. All right. Okay. So again, here's how to make negatives. To make present simple passive negative, we use am, is, are, plus not, plus our verb 3. Made, eaten, used, washed, taken. These are examples of verb 3. Okay, and just a few more examples. We can say the offices are cleaned every evening. Who cleans them? Maybe me, maybe my friend, maybe the staff. I don't know. It's not important. So I didn't say. Okay, let's look at another one. This room is used all the time. Who uses it? Maybe me, maybe you, maybe students, maybe professionals, maybe doctors. I don't say. It's not important. So I just say this room is used all the time. Okay. Another example, I'm paid every 2 weeks. So pay, paid, paid. I'm paid every 2 weeks. Who pays me? Well, my company. But I don't have to say that. You can understand, I mean my company, right? So it's not important to say who. I can just say, I'm paid. And you understand. My company pays me. All right. How are we so far? Are we okay? Let's see. Okay, so we got a few questions, and I'll get to those in a few minutes, but it sounds like mostly we're doing okay. Good, good. Because I want to make sure we have time to talk about continuous. All right. So here is passive voice for present continuous. Okay. So here, why does it start with the negative? That's kind of weird. So luckily I wrote that in my notes already. Okay. So we have present continuous passive. To make present continuous passive, we use subject plus am, is, are plus being plus verb 3. So every time we're going to use the word being. That's the only difference between present simple passive and present continuous passive. The only difference for form is we add the word being. So for example, this is an example a student wrote earlier. Now we are being taught by Nicole. Perfect. We is the subject. Are is our be verb, am is are. And then being to make continuous. And then taught is verb 3. Teach, taught, taught. I'll put a couple more examples here. We have, for example, my car is being ticketed. So this means that the police probably are writing a ticket for my car. Oh no! My car is being ticketed. Let's see if I can do one more here. How about the answers are being written on the board. So here the answers is our subject. Are is our be verb, so am is are. Being we use for continuous. And then written is a verb 3. Write, wrote, written. All right, very good. These are all examples of passive sentences. And I'm just going to write the active sentences too, just to make that clear, because these are passive, but I'll write the active ones for you too. So now we are being taught by Nicole. I could say now Nicole is teaching us. That would be the active form of the sentence. My car is being ticketed. The active form would be someone is ticketing my car. That would be the active form of the sentence. And then the last one here, the answers are being written on the board. Again, that's passive. The active form would be someone is writing the answers on the board. But here I just didn't say someone in our passive examples. All right, I'm going to stop for a moment and look at the chat because I'm sure we have lots of questions and probably lots of good examples too. All right, let's see. Okay. So Khalid asked, these phones were made in Japan. I'm going to write that sentence here. These phones were made in Japan. That's a perfect example of passive, but it's not present passive. This is past passive. So I'm going to write that here. This is past simple passive. But good job. It's absolutely perfect grammar. But this be verb, were is a past be verb. So that's how we make past simple passive. For present simple passive, we're going to write this. These phones are made in Japan. Now it's present simple passive. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, let's look at some more questions. So Vivek, you asked, when do we use prepositions in passive voice? That's a really, really big question. I probably won't have time to answer that one today, except for the preposition by. With the preposition by, we just use if we want to keep the old subject inside our sentence. If we want to keep this information in the sentence, we can use by. But for prepositions, it gets pretty complicated. That's a very high-level question. I don't think we'll have time for that one today. Let's see. So good. Robbie says, when the subject is not important and when the subject is not clear or large, that's exactly why we use passive. Very good. So, oh good. So Rosa says, it is believed, let me write this example. It is believed that black cats bring bad luck. So good. This part here, it is believed, is passive. Absolutely, it is believed. Good, good, good. This means that some people believe. Very nice. Okay. Donnie D wrote a sentence that says, meat likes to be eaten by cats. So grammatically, that's a great sentence, although it's kind of funny to say that meat likes something. But your grammar is just fine, but it is kind of a funny sentence. Because usually we don't think that meat has opinions, right? Because it's not alive. Okay, so good, good. Oh, we have an example for continuous. Let me write this down here. We said the meal is being prepared. Perfect, good job. My car is being washed. Good, good. So we have another one. Oh, my internet isn't being working. Oh, let's write this one here. My internet isn't being working. So this sentence, really we just want to say my internet isn't working. This sentence would be active. We can't change this sentence to passive because it doesn't have an object. If you want to change an active sentence to passive, you must have an object. But here we don't have an object. Maybe we could say, we could say, someone is fixing my internet. Then here, someone is a subject, and my internet is an object. We can change this one to passive, so I could write here, my internet is being fixed. And I can say by someone if I want, but I don't have to say that. Good, very good. Let's see if there's any more. Oh gosh, lots of examples. So let's see, Ziada says, may you give us the active that equates the present continuous passive. So good, I wrote some of those here, the active forms. Good, and for the other examples, I'll add those too, Ziad. Here we go. For the meal is being prepared, this one is passive. The active form would be someone is preparing the meal. That's the active form. And for my car is being washed, again, that's passive. The active form would be someone is washing my car. This is the active form. There we go. All right, lots of good ones. Dinner is being cooked. That is correct, Gobinda. Perfect. The words are being spoken. Good job, Melina. Let's see. I'm given much money. Good job, Pius. All right. Smrt stream will be favored by lots of students. So, Sala, that's a great example of future. Future simple passive. But good job with passive, absolutely. Chicken is being roasted. Good job, Abdulaziz. All right. So good. What about for the following lecture for preposition? It's not really a 115 topic, Vivek, but I might be able to put a little bit in. So I'll see if I can maybe think of a way to explain it very quickly or very small. So I will give it a try. I'll try to squeeze it in because it's a big topic and a little high level for 115. But I'll think about it for a little bit and see if I can think of a way to make it really small. Okay, so good. Let's see, how are we doing so far? We have about 10 minutes left. Let's do a little bit of practice and see how much we understand. I have an exercise here. All right, so the exercise says, change these active sentences to passive sentences. And it says, don't forget to use by. So we can put by in all of our sentences just to practice using by. Normally you don't have to use by, just if you want, but we can practice using by for these ones. So the first sentence says, my friends are making cookies. This sentence is present continuous, and we're going to change it to present continuous passive. So my friends, this is the subject, are making, that's our verb, and then cookies, that's our object. So we're going to put our object at the beginning and say the cookies. And then I use am is are. I use being. And then I use verb 3. And then I can put by. And then I can put my old subject. My old subject is my new object. All right, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to try these in the chat. So go ahead and write your answers with the different letters. I'll give you a little time to work on this now. I'll play some of the music for you. All right, here we go. All right, so let's check our answers to these questions. So letter B says Barry is taking pictures. So we're going to put pictures first. And pictures is plural, so we're going to say are. So pictures are. And then it's continuous, so we're going to say being. Our verb is taking, so let's look at our number 3 verb. Take, took, taken. So pictures are being taken by Barry. Good, good, good. And a lot of people got that correct. Very nice. So letter C says the workers are building a new school. So we can say, this is present continuous again. So a new school, and this is singular, so we're going to say is. A new school is being, and then build. Let's look at our number 3 verb. Build, built, built. So B-U-I-L-T. It's an irregular verb. A new school is being built by the workers. All right, letter D says my brother rides that motorcycle. Okay, this one is present simple, not present continuous. So we don't need being. So for this one, I'm going to say that motorcycle is, then ride, rode, ridden, is ridden by my brother. So that motorcycle is ridden by my brother. E says we are using the microwave oven. Our using is present continuous. So for this one, we're going to say the microwave oven is, because it's singular, and then being, because it's continuous, and then use, used. Used is our verb 3. And then I'm going to say by, and this part's a little tricky. We have to change to the object form. So we're going to say by us. Because remember, we was the old subject, but it's the new object. All right, we just have 2 more. We have letter F. Letter F says the teacher checks the homework at the beginning of every class. So checks, this is present simple. So for present simple, we're going to say the homework. And then homework is singular, so we're going to say is. The homework is checked by the teacher. And then this part right here, at the beginning of every class, these are prepositional phrases. Any extra prepositional phrases or adverbs of time or extra information that's not your object, we can just put at the end of the sentence. So here it says, at the beginning of every class. You can put it earlier. Like I could say the homework at the beginning of every class is checked by the teacher. That's okay too. But just the easy way, put it all at the end. All right, and our last one, someone is cleaning the bathroom right now. Is cleaning is present continuous. So I'm going to say the bathroom is, because it's singular, being, because it's continuous, and then clean, cleaned. Sorry, cleaned. It's hard to say that 3 times in a row. The bathroom is being cleaned by someone, and then right now is just an adverb of time. So we can just put that at the end. Good job, everybody. We had many, 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 many correct answers in the chat. All right, so good job, everybody. Okay, and yep, this is passive and we're converting to active. Let's see, G. Oh no, G is active. And then we changed it here to passive. So Dave, this was active, and now we changed it to passive. Good, good, good. I hope there's no more questions. If you do have more questions, we can talk about this a little bit more next time if you like. I teach this class again on Thursday morning. And again, if you want to become a premium subscriber and get some homework, and if you want me to check your homework, if you want tests and a certificate and access to our Smrt website, you can go to this website here and become a premium subscriber. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a great day. I know I had a good time. And I hope to see you all again soon in the future. All right, everybody, you have a great day. So goodbye. Bye-bye.